Hello world. Today's heresy is going to be a little bit different. Actually, I'm not going to tell you anything unusual. I would like to share a piece of my story, which is something quite common on people. They want to share who they are, where they are from. I was nicknamed Mormon heretic a while ago. Well, not unusual. Completely not unusual, taking into account my heritage, my descent. I come from BIŁGORAJ, a town in eastern Poland. People from that town are of Polish, Lithuanian, Jewish, and Ruthenian descent, including myself and my brother Szymon, who recently passed away. To him, I dedicate this video. It's hard to be a believer and not run into heresy if you are from BIŁGORAJ. Well, in eastern Poland, BIŁGORAJ is famous for being a land of conflicts. So if you are from that part of the world, from that part of Poland, you are, by nature, in a way, a person of internal conflicts. My brother was like that. I'm like that. I've always been like that. I kind of enjoy it. And there's nothing wrong about it. I'm a seeker. My brother was a seeker. My brother passed away as an atheist. There isn't enough time. On YouTube, there isn't enough paper to write every and each single story of people from BIŁGORAJ. Throughout centuries, this place was on the crossroads of cultures. And each one of us is, in a way, an offspring of that crossroad. I might not be a huge fan of my hometown, or actually my mom's hometown, but still, I'm typical. I'm so typical. BIŁGORAJ is a place of love, brotherhood, partnership, mutual understanding, but also prejudice, hatred, and bloodshed at the same time. This video is a tribute, okay. But this video is also an invitation for my viewers to maybe get more interested in the wonderful story of that place. I'm going to give you a glance of what my hometown actually is, what it was, and well, the rest is on you. So let's start. BIŁGORAJ is a town located at the edge of Solska wilderness. It was founded in 1578 by the Gorajski family on a hill known as BIŁGORAJ. In the 17th century, it became a renowned sieve-making center with its own guild. The sieve makers from BIŁGORAJ made their sieves out of wood and nets made of horsehair. They were later sold far from the region, even in many countries of Europe and Asia. In a way, BIŁGORAJ, famous for its sieves, is like a sieve itself. The threads of the sieve do well depict the parallel of opposing ideas that get along and cross, and then get along and cross again. BIŁGORAJ is a conflict and harmony. Still, the sieve is firm, practical, and useful. The kind and rage-loving people of this town created a multicultural society which loves these three values: being firm, being practical, and being useful. She threaded the loom with one strand of her long silver hair, which might have kept growing until she was done, which might have fallen out, but I would come in and sit beside her on the cushion without her noticing, and she would continue. Every day I saw this old woman, weaving in her loom rivers and lakes underneath her hair, the bottom full of silt. I could see it if I reached with a comb, and that was when she'd look at me under her hair. She kept her oldest son, who was out for a morning swim. With swallows swooping down to touch the water, it made her happy as she worked on silk dresses, and her hair never ran out. Sometimes, when she was tired, she tied up and let all the tired animals around her house drink from her head.
Right behind me is the church and the parish of St. George. The parish was built in the years 1790-1793. And it was the idea to build the parish was the idea of the local Greek Catholic priest, Jan Zieleński. The consecration of this temple was performed by Archbishop Porphyrius, the Archbishop of the local Greek Catholic eparchy in the 18th century. During the German, Austrian and Russian occupation of the Polish soil, BIŁGORAJ found itself in the Austrian Empire. At that time, this church belonged to the Greek Catholic Church. After the fall of Napoleon and the reorganization of the map of Europe, BIŁGORAJ was included in the Russian Empire. At that time, the parish was given the right to exist, even though it was of Greek Catholic denomination. Greek Catholics were severely persecuted during the Russian Empire, and after the fall of the January uprising, the parish was forcibly included into the Orthodox Church. After World War I, the Great War, soon after, in this land went the process of inclusion to the newly restored Republic of Poland, the so-called Second Polish Republic. That was the time of the so-called bieżeństwo, that is the exodus of the Orthodox Christians from BIŁGORAJ. At the very same time, the parish was given to the Roman Catholic Church. The church was ripped off, so to say, from all its Byzantine references, main Byzantine references, and actually was made into a Latin Rite church. So it actually looks more like a Latin Roman Catholic Church, not a Byzantine Greek Catholic Church. During World War II, due to huge support of the local Ukrainian community for the German Nazis, the parish, which is a paradox, was given back to Orthodox Church. After World War II, in 1945, the parish was given back to Roman Catholic Church, which is a paradox, by the local communist authorities. It belongs to the Roman Catholic Church until this day. Oh God, you have led us through centuries of pain and of struggle. Stay with us today and forever, so that our motherland remains strong. I'm saying hello from Isaac Zinger's bench to commemorate a great son of the BIŁGORAJ soil, that is a famous Jewish, Polish and American writer, Isaac Zinger. Stories of his novels very often take place on the Polish soil. He wrote about BIŁGORAJ, he wrote about my hometown Lublin. Now I'm talking about Lublin as my hometown because actually this is where I spent most of my childhood. Singer was a Nobel Prize winner. What's interesting is the fact that Singer was given his Nobel Prize after the creation of the State of Israel. Because the official language of the newly formed nation was to be modern Hebrew. What Singer did was kind of controversial. Many of his books were written in Yiddish, the language of the Ashkenazi Jews. Having been given the Nobel Prize for literature, Singer said that he's dedicating this prize to the Yiddish language.
Arasch in Stadt, es in finster auf der Gass. Menschen weinen, die Augen sehnen nass. Menschen gehen in der Reihe, es ist heint in schreckliche Leweie. Ein junger Mensch ist gestorben als Kind. Es jammert in Weit ein kleines Kind. Oi Mama, ich bleib allein. Mama, was wird von mir sein? Oi Mama, komm zurück. Oi, ein Augenblick, als du kannst nicht kommen zu mir. Mama, nimm mich zu dir.